Let's go around and let's introduce ourselves. You can decide how you want to be, mentioned or called, or yes.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
I'm Sherry.
Mary Lou.
Lori.
Great, fantastic. Thank you so much for helping me out, by the way. And how do you know each other?
Friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yep.
Our boys went to school together.
Yep, our
That's
children.
And from church.
And from church, right?
And from the community.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all like patrons of the library?
Yes.
Definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so can you explain a little bit about like how you use the library for your walking group?
We meet at the library mainly for two reasons. One, it's a central meeting point because we all live in different directions. And the other is I live on a dirt road, and majority of the year the road is not walkable. It's not safe, it's muddy, it's slippery. And the library is really close to the paved rails to trails path that's just a block away, and we start here and we walk through there.
Exactly. So my road is the same type of thing, living out in the country, big dirt road, 55 mile an hour. So it's very, you put your life in your own hands when you try to walk on the roadway. So not a good way to get exercise.
There's plenty of parking here,
Yes.
so that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all have to drive to get here.
It's quick.
Yeah.
Quick
When
drive.
did the group get started?
Oh, I've been walking here for several years.
Jennifer has pulled us all in eventually. We're a walking group.
And the people who can walk is always changing. There's a different number of us on different days. And once again, because it's a central point, no matter where you're coming from, right to meet at the library. So it's simple to get to, and it's close to everybody's house.
So you guys knew each other before you started the walking group then?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
And it just...
At least some of us. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm the one who's invited everybody to come.
you're the nucleus.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I send out a text, who wants to walk? Whoever replies, that's who the group is. And we used to walk in Lori's neighborhood, and that's Mary Lou's neighborhood connects. We passed her, and it just became a natural thing to say, hey, why don't you walk with us over here now? So.
And the trail is nice because it's longer. I mean, the neighborhood, you loop through the whole thing, and unless you do it twice,
Right.
This way you can kind of
go
longer if you want, or shorter.
Yeah, we can change the length of the walk depending on the weather and our mood and our physical well-being of the day.
And we know how long we walk now because we all have Map My Walk on our phone,
Right.
right? So I'm always the one who's bringing the Map My Walk and the bird identifier app by sound. Remember we did that?
Yeah.
We walk a little bit, hear birds, stop, everybody stop, wait for the sound to do it again, and then try to figure out which of the 3 or 4 birds it gave us, which probably wasn't any of them.
See, now you guys are giving me an idea, but that's not for the purpose of this.
Yeah. So it's fun to meet here because we walk in all different times of the year. So it's like we were walking in the spring, and it's like, oh my gosh, I never knew this stuff. All these different types of flowers, or down
out on the trail,
down in the wetlands and stuff. So you see a lot of different things, and
many times, like Jennifer sometimes has a meeting here.
Yes.
We're
Like
dropping
today.
off a book here, or picking up a book or a DVD. So it's handy that way too. That after our walk, you do your library stuff.
Yep.
I was wondering about that too, because there's a lot of parking spaces, for example, along the trail, but why the library specifically?
Oh yeah.
So some of that's
it's always fun to see what's going on at the library.
Yeah.
There's so many different things.
Almost
you pop in
always, there's a reason for one of us to have to come in.
Yeah.
So
we were here last week. We walked last week, didn't we? We came in and I thought I had saw this PBS Book Friends
that's
group,
right.
and they're all recommending this one particular book. It was Ordinary Grace, and I said, "Gosh, I'm here. Couldn't find it online, or if you wait for your online books, and it was 3-month wait to find this one book." So I walked in, there it was on the shelf. We found it. It's like, oh, good. Took it home that same day. So.
Walked yesterday, and we needed tax forms, so we came in for those. I don't know.
A lot of times we use the library, like I said, for audiobooks too. You know, you get the book, you get the app, you download, and I listen on my smartphone to books. I probably get my books in more that way. You know, if you're a busy commuter, you'll get your book time in much more that way than you do, you know, if you don't commute too much. You still get to get your reading in. You get a good reader, it's all a beautiful thing.
Yes,
You know.
definitely.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to like add, or you know, do we cover everything? Like,
Pretty close.
No. We're talking about the
well, what do you?
benefits.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The benefits of the library. Gosh, I think the library has really evolved over the years, right? You do so many things, right? You have the fundraisers. That was a really fun thing to be a part of. You know, I got to spend time here, got to listen to the band.
Yes.
Everybody enjoyed that. And, you know, like I said, the online book thing is incredible now. Instead of, you know, people who can't afford to buy books can just download them onto a Kindle or download them onto your smartphone, right? People use computers here. People, when I used to work for the state, people would go, they didn't have computers, right? And they needed things from us or how to get things, and we would send them to the library, you know, and the people at the library would help them figure out how to use the computer to get whatever, you know, search for things like, how do I get my birth certificate? Well, I don't have a computer at home. Well, but you go to the library, they have internet, find your stuff that way, and then come back to us. And, yeah, these people were really helpful that way, too. So you got a lot of generation that's not as literate as some of the younger people. And
So one of the things I'm really curious about is that you, like, traditionally you don't think of libraries as like the place to be healthy, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, like, how do you feel about that now? You know?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it does connect. I mean, because of all the books on health and cooking and, you know, all that. You can find everything about health at the library, and why not combine it with being healthy and not just reading about it?
Yeah, and the library is kind of, like I said, it's kind of evolved, right? It's more of like a community center thing than it is right, it's not just a place where you go check out books, you know, and go. It's much more of a social thing, too, you know.
So you get to meet people.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got to meet you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what would your life be without me?
I know, just virtually empty and sad.
I know. I mean, my kids are way past story time, but I always loved the library for story time with kids and a chance to get out and meet other moms and
Yes.
you know,
go
before
out
your
and-
kids go to school.
You know what, too, is what people don't normally venture out at is a book club, book of the month kind of thing. So it was really fun to be able to read a book and then come and sit with a group of people that you maybe don't know and get their opinions or what their take on the book was. It's like, I didn't think about that, but yeah, she and I are right in line, you know. So that was fun, too, having you facilitate the book club
Mary
stuff.
Lou comes.
And do you contribute? Do you talk about stuff when you come? She's so quiet.
She's so good. Well, it's like programs are nice, you know, like they've developed over time. You know, like there's so many things now that libraries are offering that you never would have thought before.
Yeah, didn't we do paint and pour?
Oh, a paint and pour.
Paint and pour, that was awesome. And the other event we did where we took the artwork and then created our own art on the artwork, that was fun too.
Reconstructed art or repurposed art.
Yeah, those are all really fun things that you wouldn't do normally on your own. You know, you wouldn't go seek that stuff out. So,
and pulling it back to the health and the library, all the different activities that take place here, yoga, cardio drumming, you can expand on that with presentations that talk about eating properly or exercising. You can just get a group of people like-minded together and have things grow from there.
So let me talk about that a little bit, because you can certainly get those as well in community centers, right? So why library?
I think because here we don't have a community center. The library is the community center. The Scouts use the library. Different groups use the library. Down on the other side where we have the boardroom, except for your chance to meet in a church or in a school, we don't have anywhere else that is just open to the community pretty much any time you want it to be. We can't be in the library side of the building without staff, but the other side is available, so you can use it when it's convenient.
You know, I think too, a library is a good social place for people. You know, not just community, but a good way to socialize. In the winter months when there's a lot of cold weather and stuff, it's always good to come and do things and see people. And so you're not always a winter shut-in, right?
I think one of the things too is like the nonpartisanship of the building itself, right? Because you mentioned, for example, the schools and the churches, right? But not everybody would be comfortable, right? Just going to a particular, like, so say, for example, the book discussion, if we had it over at Congregational Church, which we could have, you know, we probably wouldn't get the same group of people, right?
Right, the library is a neutral ground.
Well, it also has the ability to connect to a bigger, right? Because you do the Livingston County Read. That's what I wanted to talk about. So we did the Livingston County Read. We had a ball with that, right? So you read the book, and then you had you got to go to the movie, you know, the movies in town and see the movie, and then you had the scavenger hunt. So there was so much more than just reading collectively as a county. Even there were so many different activities that were just a ball to do, you know.
So like your community grew.
The community grew, right, because you walked into the Howell movie theater there, and there was all these different library people there handing out stuff. Hey, come on and see the movie, and you know, it was a revised version, so it was, you know, more modern looking than the original, right? So it was all good. First, you know, it was a first run movie ish.
Yes.
You know, by that time. So, and the scavenger hunt was a lot of fun. You learn a little bit more about the history of the community around you as well as part of that. So that was really neat. Really neat stuff. Were we in the firehouse? We ended up in a firehouse. It used to be what used to be the old firehouse. It was a hardware store. Wasn't one of those clues? Yeah. Well, then you partnered with a school to do that, right? It was New Tech at Pinckney High that did that, right? So that's fun for them too. And that's part of their purpose too, is to outreach the community and make a difference. So,
yeah, building the community partners are also, you know, like one of the good stuff. I mean, it's harder when you have like a certain affiliation that people perceive you as being part of just that, right?
Right.
And you know, like, and not a lot of, you don't get like the word out there that no, you don't have to be part of this church, or you don't have to be part of the school to be part of, you know, you know, like to be able to come, you know. So that's kind of nice. Well, thank you. I'm so glad you guys were here and you were able to help me out. Yay!
We appreciate the library.
Yes,
we do. We sure do.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you all. See, that's